What's up guys, Eli here, back for a new stuff video. It's going to be all movies, mostly horror, some Blu-ray, mostly DVD. Go ahead and get started. So I have some really cool stuff to show. Some stuff that I've actually been trying to get for quite some time, but on my want list, and then some other stuff that just, just random really cool finds that I was super happy to see. We're going to start off with the Blu-rays. Such as this 35th anniversary edition of Alien. As you may or may not know, Alien is definitely one of my all-time favorite movies. Absolutely love it. And you might remember me having this this version of Aliens, the sequel. So I found this for $10, by the way. This is a Blu-ray set. It's pretty nice. On the inside, honestly, it's just the standard Alien Blu-ray, but it comes with, just like with Aliens, it comes with this, cool packet of stuff. I mean, well worth $10. It was used, by the way. I brand new, this probably goes for over 20, but even 20 wouldn't be a bad buy. So you have this comic book, which is done by Archie Goodwin and Walter Simonson, two pretty well-known people in the comic industry, and it's thick. I haven't read through it yet, but yeah, it's pretty gorgeous artwork, kind of old school looking, which I like. Yeah, stoked to go through that. And as usual, like they did with the Aliens set, some pretty cool, I guess, some postcard size artworks that are glossy. They're really nice. Most of this is concept art from H.R. Geiger from '78, which, as much as a fan I am of this series, you might be kind of surprised to know that I didn't know that Prometheus used concept artwork from the original movie. Like some of this artwork that Geiger did that was not used in Alien or Aliens was used in Prometheus, which I think is fucking awesome. Like that's concept art obviously used in Prometheus, which is, I did not know that was a thing. I gotta say, that just makes my love for Prometheus even greater now. I was already a big fan of that movie. I know some of you guys have a problem with that, but that's okay. And the ship from Prometheus, from 1978, I did not know that yet again. So it was really fun to learn that. But yeah, how cool is this, right? I absolutely love H.R. Geiger. Definitely one of my favorite artists. Almost done. I hope this was worth your time. I'm not just showing you shit you don't care about. Glad to have that. And my next Blu-ray. So this movie, I wasn't super interested when it came out back in 2014. But the more I heard about this, the more I wanted to see it, and the more I really wanted to track down a copy. I just hadn't had a chance yet. So we're talking about A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night. I've become a really big fan of the studio Spectre Vision, and this is one of the early-ish Spectre Vision movies. So as you may or may not know, this is an Iranian vampire western. Yeah, written and directed by Anna Lily Armapour. And this was her debut feature. I remember this. There was a lot of talk about this one back when it came out. For some reason, I don't know why, I just kind of overlooked it. But like I said, the more and more I heard about it, I just became kind of really intrigued. This is a really cool Blu-ray set, by the way. It also has a comic book, not unlike that Alien one that I showed you. So yeah, stoked to finally watch this. Yeah, and it's a nice, thick, heavy comic. As you guys know, I'm a big comic fan, and there is some fucking beautiful artwork in this thing. Really happy to have this. I already read through it. It's amazing. Just got me even more excited for the movie. Halloween Kills from 2022. I wasn't 100% sure that I would buy this, but I just had to. I saw it for a good price at Walmart, and I'm a big fan of the franchise. Sure, I've heard some bad things about it, but I've also heard enough good things about it to blind buy. I'm sure it'll be decent. I wasn't a massive fan of the last the Halloween 2018. I just thought it was okay, but I mean, it was worth watching. Is it worth owning? I doubt it, but I mean, whatever. We like to buy stuff. Interested in seeing the alternate ending, and I thought this slipcase is really cool. It's got like a textured slipcase right here, where Michael Myers' mask got burnt. You can actually feel it's textured. Minor fucking detail, but I was entertained by it, as you would expect. And the last Blu-ray I have here is going to be 2009's District 9. Directorial debut by Neil Blomkamp, who has become one of the most promising directors in Hollywood right now. That said, he's done like 3 or 4 movies since then, and he just has yet to live up to the greatness that is District 9. It's kind of frustrating because the guy has so much fucking potential. I hate to say it, but so far he has peaked on his first movie, and I still think that he's got a great movie left in him. We just haven't seen it yet. Would you call it a sci-fi? It's not a horror movie. Maybe some horror elements. Absolutely amazing. I mean, this movie will tug at your heartstrings. It kind of tackles racism in I don't want to say a unique way. I mean, other movies and shows have tackled racism by using an alien species instead of just human on human racism. Back in the 90s, I used to watch a show called Alien Nation, and it was really good. I'd actually really love to rewatch that, but that was also, an alien show that tackled racism. So District 9 is similar to that, but it still feels to me very fresh and unique. It's just a fantastic movie. Don't if you haven't seen District 9, don't let this one slip past you, because I think it is fantastic. And the only other movie I have that's a super new release from this year, from 2022, we have The Cursed. I have only just heard of this movie within the last couple days, but I've been seeing it around, and it looks really good. I read up a little bit about it on IMDb, piqued my interest even more. Like a supernatural kind of period piece, maybe a little bit of folk horror. Really stoked to watch it. And I have from 2020, The Wolf of Snow Hollow. I should probably preface this with I have not seen a lot of these movies, so a lot of this is just going to be me showing you what I got. If you have any input on it, I'd love to hear it. But yeah, a lot of these I have not watched yet. I like a good werewolf movie. I know there aren't very many, so I'm hoping this one will scratch that werewolf itch that I have that never seems to go away. And I got 1981's The Pit. I bought this this was a blind buy. As soon as I saw this at the store, I'm like, I'm buying that. There's no way I'm walking out of the store without that. Especially after reading the back, dude. Let me get into this for you a little bit. 12-year-old Jamie is one creepy kid. He has a perverse obsession with sex. His only friend is an evil teddy bear. And he's the only one who knows about the hole in the forest where he feeds raw meat to a ravenous pack of mutant troglodytes. Yeah. Need I say any more? Then you have 2010's Toxic Lullaby. Never heard of this movie before. Saw it sitting in the store, and I obviously very intrigued by the cover. Yeah, this is a German zombie movie from 2010. Did a little bit of research. Sounded like it was, worth picking up, and I thought this was kind of funny. This came from a video store in Everett, Washington, which is actually not too far from where I live, maybe 4 or 5 hours. Then I have from 2013, Joe. Not a horror movie, but I am a big Nicolas Cage fan, and I have heard from other people and Nicolas himself that this is one of his best performances. I love seeing his performances when he's on top of the role, and I'm just a big fan. Heard a lot of good things about this movie, so I'm really, really, really stoked to watch it. This is basically about. I'll just kind of read the back for you really quick. Yeah, Nicolas Cage delivers a riveting performance as Joe, a hard-living ex-con and the unlikeliest of role models. After Joe meets a troubled 15-year-old boy who's trying to escape his violent father, he is faced with life-changing choices that could bring redemption or ruin. Movies like this kind of usually hit home for me. I had, without going into a lot of detail, I had a pretty like rough childhood myself. Yeah, movies like this kind of hit home in a specific way. And in my continual pursuit of collecting all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, because I've always been kind of a fair weather Elm Street fan, but I only kind of recently decided like, all right, I hadn't even seen all the movies in the series. So I'm like, I gotta get them all. I'm just gonna buy them all, whether they're all worth owning or not. So we got Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master from 1988. Stoked to watch this one. I've yet to see it. Along with Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child from 1989. Haven't seen this one either. You'll notice that I'm just buying these movies, whatever versions I find. This one is obviously from that box set that they did some years back. I've also been kind of collecting the Annabelle movies. Well, two out of the three. I saw the first Annabelle in the theater back when it was new, and I thought it fucking sucked. I all these years later, I'm still bummed about the money I fucking wasted seeing that piece of shit. That said, I've heard the next two are actually pretty good, and I can vouch for Annabelle Creation. This is from 2017. I watched this a couple weeks ago, and I thought it was actually really good. This is a prequel. Yeah, as you might know, there are three movies in the series. This one technically is the prequel to them all. The other one, the newest one from 2019, is Annabelle Comes Home. I've heard this one is not quite as good as Creation, but I quite liked Creation, so you might, if you haven't seen any of the Annabelle movies, you might know that the character Annabelle is a possessed doll that her first appearance is in the first Conjuring movie. And so I thought that was kind of cool how they made her. They made basically a spin-off series just based off her. And the Conjuring universe has had a number of spin-offs, which I also think is cool. What I don't think is cool is that a lot of the spin-offs just aren't very fucking good. Like I said, the first Annabelle sucks completely. The Nun was really fucking underwhelming. But like I said, Annabelle Creation was really good, and I'm hoping Annabelle Comes Home is at least decent. I've heard the most recent Conjuring movie is pretty good as well. I liked the first one a lot. The second one I need to rewatch because honestly I don't remember shit from it. It just kind of played and I didn't really soak any of it in. But yeah, I've heard the third one that came out not long ago is pretty good as well. So I need to track that down. I also grabbed this 2006 Daywatch. I have the Nightwatch movie. So this is a kind of like a fantasy series. I think there's only two movies in the series. There might be three. Directed by I believe it's a Ukrainian director that has done these. I've always heard they're really cool. I bought Nightwatch like fucking years ago and I still haven't watched it, so I need to get on that. Now I have Daywatch and Nightwatch. Heard good things about both of them. I've heard it's just a really cool kind of sci-fi fantasy series, and yeah, I need to finally check them out. From last year, the newest VHS movie, VHS 94. It's a Shudder original this time, as to where the others are not. I have watched this already, and I thought it was fantastic. I like the VHS series. Obviously, when you get a VHS movie, it's always going to be a mixed bag. And if you're not familiar with the series at all, they're all anthology movies. They're basically about police finding a bunch of VHS tapes, and then they watch through them, and there's like a different murder in every single one of them, or maybe not a murder, but there's a different story. So yeah, it's like I said, an anthology series. You know, every segment is anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes long, roughly. What's cool is that they're all done by different directors. So different directors, different actors in every single sequence. So yeah, like I said, it's a mixed bag. Some of them are really good. Some of them are terrible. But I've seen them all now, and I think this one might be my favorite. I think this had some of the more intense and maybe more extreme sequences. Although there's some extreme stuff in all of them, but I think pound for pound, this one is maybe a little bit more extreme than the others. But I really enjoyed it. Definitely check it out if you like anthologies. And from 2020, I got 2020/2021, I believe. I got Adventure Time: Distant Lands. You may not know this about me. I'm a big Adventure Time fan. I have a 13-year-old son, so I may not have been an Adventure Time fan had I not, had I not been a dad. But I'm not sure. Either way, though, I absolutely love this show. So this is one of the newer ongoing Adventure Time series. And what you have here is 4 episodes, clocking in at like around 3 hours. So yeah, really, really, really stoked to watch that. I also got the collection from 2012. This is the sequel to a movie called The Collector from 2009. I guess you could probably call this a slasher series. Kind of take like 80s slasher mixed with a little bit of Saw, and you would get the collection and The Collector. That said, I think they're both really, really good movies, really good modern slashers. And last but not least, we have from 1981, Toby Hooper directed The Funhouse. Obviously, I found the most garbage version I could have. How many fucking sticker and price tag things are on this? But whatever. I've wanted to watch this movie for a good while now. I've seen some of Toby Hooper's other movies that weren't the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I feel like he really never lived up to that, but I've heard if you're a Toby Hooper fan, this one is actually a pretty good watch. So, we'll see. I'll let you know what I think. But anyways, what do you think, guys? Have you seen any of these movies? If you have, let me know what you think. And as always, thanks for stopping by. We'll talk soon. Cheers.